Hi, YouTube.
Hi, alright. Third time trying this because someone wants
we
something.
we ramble. You did it too. So I'm Luna,
I'm Lewis.
and this is
These
our
are
coming
coming out
out
story.
stories together. And
Two parts.
it's gonna be in two, possibly three
Hopefully
parts.
each one's 10 minutes long.
Yes. So let me start because you already took off like 25 seconds. Okay. So I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna start when I was little, and the first kind of stirrings of something that might hint that I was gay, because I feel like that happens to a lot of people. So I just remember there was one girl in particular who I was friends with, really good friends with, and we ended up fooling around a lot when we were younger at sleepovers and stuff. And I don't know why that was important. I feel like that happens to a lot of people. So I think that was the first experience, I guess, if you can count that I had with a girl. So the first time that I consciously thought about actually having a crush on a girl, actually liking a girl, was probably fifth grade, that I can remember most vividly. Um, my best friend, I had a big crush on her, and she was completely straight and completely gorgeous, and I I actually ended up telling her about it. And I said, I told her I had a crush on her, and I was crying. It was very dramatic for me. I didn't know what was going on. And I told her that I had a crush on her, and she said, "Oh, I don't think you have a crush on me. I think you've just never had a friend as good as me before." So I went, "Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, that's probably it." I didn't want to have a crush on her. So I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So we moved on from that, and our friendship didn't change, and we're still friends today. And so, even though I had consciously thought I like a girl, I didn't directly connect that to being gay or being a lesbian or possibly being bisexual, anything like that. I just thought the only thing I was thinking was that I had a crush on her. So the first time I thought about that I might be gay was sixth grade, I think. And I was with one of my really good friends, and we were hanging out one day, and we ended up furiously making out. And it was amazing, and it felt, completely right. Like, yes, this is what I need to be doing. And at first, it was just utter bliss. And then I kind of caught myself like, holy crap, I'm into kissing a girl. I'm gay. No, this can't be happening. So I totally lost my shit, and I jumped up and I went home, and I couldn't be around her after that. I avoided her. I completely tried to cut her from my life. And anytime, even when I did talk to her, if she brought that up, or if she brought up hanging out, or if she even, you know, lightly, playfully flirted with me or gently hinted at it, I walked away. I couldn't take it. I couldn't handle it. And we fought a lot, and she didn't understand why I was so upset with her, and I couldn't tell her. So that was a really rocky experience. We're friends now. We made up, but so that was the first time that I consciously thought that I might be gay, and I really wasn't okay with that. I wasn't ready to accept it, so I tried to push it away, and I dated boys and stuff. I mean, a lot of people do, and I just tried not to think about it. And but I did have a friend who had the biggest crush on ever. Again, totally straight. We think, and she she was just a huge tease. Just huge tease. I mean, at sleepovers, she would wear very little clothing and rub up against me, and it was just very tantalizing. And not only that, but it forced me to think about what was going on with me, and it was really, really scary, and I didn't like it at all. So I had I still do. I had a lot of gay guy friends. So that makes up the majority of my friends, or my best friends, I should say. And one of my, exactly. And one of my really good friends, Will, who was already out and who had always been kind of like a mentor to me, maybe a little to you. And I mean, we always had really deep emotional talks, and we were always there for each other, and we always kind of mentored each other. But I think he was a lot to do with my coming out process. He was a really, really big part of my coming out. And I just remember we were going to see a movie one day, and there was a shopping area around the movie theater, and we were in Victoria's Secret, and there was a lesbian couple there, underwear shopping with their mom. And for me, that was just like, they can do that? Like, their mom was just cool with that? Like, it was crazy to me. It was absolutely crazy, and it was sort of like an open door for me, I guess, like a light bulb. And one of the girls was just really hot, too. That helped. And I just sort of started thinking, like, shit, if they can do it, then why can't I? Why am I so afraid of this? So I get back in the car with Will, and we were kind of just rambling, and then I said, hey, Will, and I was really nervous, even though I knew he would be fine, and I said, I think I'm gay, and he said, sweetie, I know. And so I think that was the first time that I even said it to myself, probably. Definitely the first time I'd said it to anyone else. And even just telling that one person was a huge load, and I just felt so much better, and that day was pretty much a perfect day for me. And, shortly after that, I told a lot of my other friends, and I didn't lose any friends. If you're worried about that, don't be. I didn't lose a single friend over this. I did have a friend's brother who was really weird and lost his shit on me and Bible thumped me. But I barely knew that kid, and it hit me hard, but it didn't bother me that much, and his brother was still friends with me. So, after that, I just want to bring up his reaction, because it was absolutely hilarious. I told him, I said, hey, I got something to tell you, and he said, okay, what's up? I said, I'm gay, and he goes,
oh, okay.
No, it wasn't even like that.
Like,
he was just he was like, okay. Like, he thought there was more to the story.
Else?
Like, he was like, okay, yeah.
Go on.
And I was like, that's it, bro. I'm done. But, yeah, and he's just like, oh, I know, whatever. So, that was that. And so, that brings me to my mother. I don't live with my dad, and it's not really in my life, but I do live with my mom, and telling her was absolutely terrifying. First time I came out to her was a few months after I told my friends. And she was like, I don't believe you. You like boys. You dated boys. There's no way that you can be gay. And that hurt a lot. And she was not nice about it. It wasn't just like, I don't believe you. Sorry. It was like, I don't believe you. Ah! So that was unpleasant. Shut up. And, so then on Christmas Eve that year, I kind of dated a boy to please her, and she was like, so is your boyfriend taking you to dance? And I said, well, no. And she said, and we'd broken up at this point. And she said, well, why not? And I said, I don't like boys, and she got really upset and silent, and I rushed and tried to explain everything. It wasn't her fault, this is who I am, I can't help it. And she was like, and I just ended with like, okay. And she said, no, I don't think I'll ever be okay with this. And that just crushed me. But a little while, like a few months later, I had a big breakdown about it, and we talked about it, and she said, you know what, I'm okay with it. I think it's still hard for me to accept, but I think I will be okay with it. And so that was really good. And since then, I'm just a lot happier. There's this common misconception that gay people can't be happy, and it's not true. I'm so happy, and I'm active in the GSA at our school. I even made an It Gets Better video with them. I have a girlfriend. Life is good. Life is very, very good. And that brings us to Lewis in part 2.
Wait, let's do like a goodbye.
Yeah,
Let's
okay,
do a goodbye.
well, that's the end of my
That's
story.
your story. Next one's gonna be mine.
His is really good.
Yeah, and we'll be like, a couple more seconds. Bye.
Bye. Keep doing it. Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.